Hey there, Tristan here, also Ace of Spades, and we're going to do a sort of review, my thoughts on Fallout New Vegas. One of my favorite games. I love Bethesda, greatest RPG makers in my opinion. They made the Elder Scrolls and they made the Fallouts. It's Fallout 3, I think. I don't know about the other ones. But it's a good game. I love Fallout 3 and I love this one. So what we're going to do is I'll give you sort of a background, how it works, kind of story, so if you don't want to be spoiled, it's a relatively old game, so pretty sure pretty much anyone that cares about playing it has played it before, and they know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to talk about it, give you the background of it, and then I'll give you the pros, cons, and what I think you should do with it. So it starts out, it's pretty much after Fallout 3, like not story-wise, but that's when it came out, was after Fallout 3, and you're in, obviously, New Vegas, the Sin City, you know, and what happened is, New Vegas, the city, was pretty much untouched by the war, the nuclear war, untouched. It's not like Fallout 3 where everything is freaking destroyed. No, this Fallout 3, it's Fallout New Vegas. New Vegas is relatively, pretty much the same, you know, few different things with here, a big wall around it, but I mean, it pretty much stayed the same. So you're a courier, you're delivering a platinum chip to New Vegas, along with 6 other people, or 7 or 5 or 6, one of those people, one of those numbers, and so you're sitting there and you're taking it, and you get ambushed by Benny, the guy in the checkered suit. You learn his name wrong, but you really don't know who the heck he is. As far as for about the first hour or two of the game, his name is the guy who shot me. That's all you can refer to him, because you don't get his name until about Boulder City, which is like way down there. But anyway, so you get shot. The game starts out with, you know, your typical guy talking, telling you the sort of the story of it. And then you start out and you're in Goodsprings, or in the cemetery, and you see Benny and some cons there, and he talks about the chip, and then he shoots you. So pretty much starts out, you're like, oh yeah, right, and then you get shot, and you're like, oh. But then I digress. You go back into it, and you wake up in Goodsprings, and that's where you get to create your character. The doctor, he fixed you up. You know, male, female, Asian, black, white. Well, I think that's about it. You know, typical major race. I think there's maybe a Latino in there, or something like that. And you choose your default, you know, your perks, like your special thing, you know, strength, perception, agility, luck, and this, you know, all those. You get to choose what type of character you want to be. Do you want to be a big tank guy? Do you want to be a guy that talks with his voice? You know, he can convince people to go towards him or go towards this guy. I like speech. That's the person I am. You know, I kind of play the games like my person. You can tell by looking at me, I wouldn't be the guy with the tank. Wouldn't do it. But so, anyways, you start out in Goodsprings. You get shot, and then you meet the doctor. You do that, and then you go out, and it very much starts from there. You meet this girl, and she gives you the background, your typical Fallout stuff, just like in the vault in Fallout 3. And sorry, my phone went off. But, so she teaches you and stuff, and then you pretty much, from the beginning, you can choose, do you want to be a good character or a bad character? You know, I've done both sides, because I played the crap out of Fallout New Vegas. I've done good, bad, and pretty much everything in between. Like my first playthrough, I know I took over the town a lot, and I'll talk about that later. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But so you can take over the town with the powder gainers, which are pretty much escaped convicts with dynamite. Pretty much that's what they are. Or you can stay with the Goodsprings settlers and defend the town against the powder gainers. So you can either be good or evil, defend or attack. So if you want to be evil with the Legion, which is the evil side in the game, take over. If you want to be good with the NCR, Mr. House, or whatever, defend it. So So I've done both. In my opinion, defending it's probably the better choice. It seems more realistic type, good personing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can be evil when I want to, but that's what I did. So anyways, so you do that and you move on and you find the NCR and the Legion. You really don't meet the Legion. You don't even meet any one of them until way away into the game. You already discovered about 10, 15 locations before you even get to the Legion. And they play a big part in the game, but not at the very beginning. The major part in the very beginning is the NCR. So anyways, at the beginning of the story, it starts out with you wake up, you do this, and your main story is you're trying to find out who the heck shot you, why did he shoot you, and originally starts out, oh my god, he shot me, he stole my chip, and then it gets into something way deeper than just he shot me and stole my chip. It's way deeper than that. The Platinum Chip controls a robot army controlled by Mr. House, which is the overlord of New Vegas. So there's 4 sides you can go with. You can either be with the NCR, the good people, the Legion, which are, well, anyway, okay, the NCR is a democracy, old government, old world values thing. Trying to have a stability government in the post-war world. Then you have the Legion, which is a dictatorship found by Caesar or Kaiser, as like people like to say. He just pretty much took over all these tribes and made them slaves. No individualism, nothing. It's a dictator, communism, your typical dictatorship. Then you have the Yes Man, which is a robot you meet later on in the game, and he can pretty much, that's if you want to go by yourself. You don't want to work with the NCR, Legion, or Mr. House. You just want to be by yourself, a neutral guy, and you can do whatever. You kick the NCR, and you kick the Legion out, and you can kill Mr. House. Pretty much, you're by yourself. Or you can be with Mr. House, which is the overlord of New Vegas, and you work with him. It's a good story. Every one of the endings is good. There's a lot of factions. You have the Brotherhood of Steel, which I'm sure you know from Fallout 3. The Great Khans. They're sort of a barbarian, opportunist tribe. They raid things and stuff. Then you have, what else is there? The Enclave Remnants, because you know in Fallout 3 you vanquished the Enclave, and these sort of people that went into hiding. What else is there? The Boomers. They're at Nellis Air Force Base. They're pretty much explosions, and then they fly over with the plane at the end of the game. And those are your 4 races. In NCR, you can pretty much befriend every 4 of them races right there, and they'll fight for you at the Battle of Hoover Dam, which is the whole concept of the game, is who do you want to be with, and there's a lot of twists and side quests and stuff, but I mean, I just want you to find out for yourself. So you help them, you know. So NCR, all 4 races, factions can be with you and your side allies. Legion, you pretty much kill all of them, except the Great Khans and the Boomers. The Great Khans are already with the Legion, because the Great Khans hate the NCR, so of course they're going to go with the Legion. And the Boomers are pretty much neutral. They're just sitting back over at their base, because when you try to get to their base, it's a pain in the freaking butt, because they'll blow the crap out of you. So they're pretty much neutral, sitting back, watching, okay, see what's going to happen. And Brotherhood of Steel, you pretty much just wipe them out. Except maybe 4 or 5 that you'll find kind of roaming around here and there. But and that's then when you do Yes Man, same thing, if I remember correctly, you can work with all 4, you have to make alliances with them and stuff, or the Great Khans might not help you, but you can convince them not to work with Caesar, so they just leave when the battle starts. They just flee the freaking place, and they're not even in the game no more. Or you can be with Mr. House, and you take out the Brotherhood of Steel, because he doesn't like the technology they have, and then you work with the other 3. The Boomers, of course, Great Khan. You might kill them, or you might just convince them to leave as well. And then, I forget the other person I said, alright, whatever. But anyway, so pretty much how the story starts. You're good, evil, 4 races, who do you want to work with? So that's kind of sort of the background, the best I can describe it. The pros of it. Typical Bethesda game. Fallout Vegas, you know, you got your VATS, which is really cool. You got your unique weapons. Control scheme's pretty good. It's pretty easy to maneuver. And it's pretty much do whatever the heck you want to. Say this guy makes you mad, you can freaking blow him apart. But you gotta be careful, because you never know, freaking 2 days from now when you're playing the game and you have to go talk to that guy and he's freaking dead on the ground, you're like, oh Jesus. And so save a lot. Just save a lot. So let's see, the pros, good game, you know, whatever. Cons, typical Bethesda game, it's once you beat the main storyline, the game just ends. You can't go back and replay it. You just have to save right before you start the Battle of Hoover Dam, and then you can come back and do all your side quests. So I don't know why they did that, because people complained about Fallout 3 when they did it, and they fixed it. Well, Fallout New Vegas is a relatively old game, and I think they already have 4 or 5 DLCs out, and they're done because they have Skyrim they're working on now. So that's annoying. You know, your typical, it's a big war game, so you have your glitches here and there. But I mean, I highly recommend, if you don't already have it, but if you want a good RPG play and you're kind of sick of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls and you've already beat Fallout 3 and you're like, wow, you know, I see New Vegas, I haven't really had the time, or I don't know what to get, I suggest getting it. I know over the summer, and I got it for Christmas last year, over the summer and just during school, I played the heck out of this thing. I went in, I found every unique weapon, I got all the companions, I did every side quest I could do. I did everything. I enjoyed the heck out of it. But now that Skyrim's come out, I've kind of been playing that lately. And I wish they would take the graphics and stuff from Skyrim and throw it in this, and it'd be an amazing game. The DLCs, they're okay. They're not my favorite. Fallout 3 DLCs are probably my favorite. You have Dead Money, which you kind of take over this casino, which is very old, and good story in that. I might do a review on that DLC. You have Honest Hearts. It's a good one. You kind of are helping the burned man, which you kind of see when you load screens. You'll read about it, who was Caesar's legate at the first Battle of Hoover Dam, and Caesar was like, oh, you failed, set him on fire, and kicked his butt down the Grand Canyon. What is another one? Old War Blues. You kind of, once you go into a science fiction thing, you find out these brain people, scientists are like taking your brain and spine and crap, and you gotta get it all back from them. And then you have The Divide, which is a pretty good one if you know about Courier 6. When you learn about Courier 6 in like the very first 20, 30 minutes of the game, and you learn about him and who the heck he is and the history y'all had, and this and that. So the DLCs are okay. They're not my favorite. They're okay. They're playable. Dead Money is probably the most annoying one because you have a collar on the whole time, and your head will get blown off 20,000 times before the beginning of the thing. But anyway, so if you are looking into getting it, or you don't have it, and you're just, man, I need some motivation to play it, I hope this helps, and I suggest getting it. I really do, or at least putting it in for a casual play. Say you beat Skyrim and have nothing to play, and you have Fallout Vegas laying around. Put it in and play. I think it's a good game. Well, anyways, thanks guys. Subscribe, and thanks for watching, and y'all have a cool day.